Hey scholars, Mr. Byrne here. This video is for December 11th, which is Monday. So all of last Wednesday and Thursday, you guys had the opportunity to get to play a little bit with Adobe Premiere Pro and learn some basic editing skills. Today we're going to take it to another level. Our learning target is to explore how to utilize sound in Adobe Premiere Pro and just some basic editing techniques. By the end of class, you'll have a better understanding of how Adobe Premiere Pro works, and we are going to begin our trailer project. Now, some of you have done this before. It's going to be a little different this time, so be patient with me, and let's get to it. All right, so in Google Classroom, it'll pop up the assignment, submit trailer projects here, and under there you will find all kinds of resources like the task-specific rubric, the folder for medium production sound effects, the sound effects guide, and the DP film trailer assignments. We will get to all of these in just a moment. All right, so let's start with the task-specific rubric first. Okay, so your task is to make a movie trailer that is missing the sound, then recreate all the sound effects and dialogue for that movie. This is IB Criterion B, and let's look at what an 8 looks like. It needs to be titled appropriately, the name of the trailer, a scholar project by, insert your name. So example is Star Wars A New Hope, a scholar project by Han Solo. The sound effects match the timing of the film. The sound effects have good fidelity. Fidelity is it should sound like it sounds like in real life. It should be true to the sound. The sound effect is clean and isolated. All music is synced up appropriately and has good quality and good volume. The voiceover should match the actor's lips. The voiceover should also have good fidelity, which means they should sound like a man should sound like a man and a woman should sound like a woman, kind of thing. Scholar was prepared to present when called upon. All right, so pretty much that means turned in on time, guys. All right, so this is due on Thursday at the end of class, so you have all week to work on this. The bell work was to watch a quick video on how to download a YouTube video. So let's jump right to that. So you each have been assigned a YouTube video, a trailer to be in fact. And Amanda, you have Home Alone. Amber, you have Die Hard. Caitlin Simmons, you have The Matrix. Caleb C, you have The Water Horse. Caleb F, you have Ghost Rider. Derek Tall, you have Gladiator. One of my all-time favorite movies. Don't let me down, Derek. Javier, you have The Terminator. Jordan, you have Cars. Carla, you have White Christmas. Caitlin Zamora, you have Mean Girls. Leo, Friday the 13th. Michael, The Birds. Pete, you have The Departed. Samina, you have Toy Story. Santana, you have Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Savan, Fargo. Sedona, you have Batman. And Tag, you have Troy. And last but not least, Trevor, you have Big Fish. Never seen it? Great movie. All right, so you're going to download your movie and the clip from YouTube. So I provided you with the YouTube link here, and then you're going to open that up in Premiere Pro. I'll also have this resource in there for you as well. This is, so you have this sound effects library I provided for you. There's approximately 600 or 700 sound effects in here. So you're going to have to sort through. You might want to go use this feature where you can see it like this a little more, but it gives you kind of an idea. So like water bubbling, if you double click on it, it'll bring it up. You should be able to download it. Takes a second to load. There you go. There's literally hundreds of sound effects in there for you to play with and choose from. But if you are missing a sound effect, you need to recreate it using Foley. So I provided you with this guide here, sound effects guide. So if you need an alien egg sac, a good one for alien sac is contracting and expanding is breathing softly into a styrofoam cup while pressing in and out. So there's all kinds, there's literally 52 pages worth of sound effect ideas. So if you're missing a sound effects from the library, you have to make it. So this will be lots of fun. So anyway, that's a couple of resources available to you. So let's go over really fast just kind of how to get started and just start messing around with things a little bit. So to open Adobe Premiere Pro, you should already have done this last week, but just a refresher, you're going to go to the Finder, Applications, and then if you scroll up, you'll see Adobe Premiere Pro, and then open that folder, and then you'll double click on that. I already have it open right here. And then let's see here. We are going, once you open it up, it'll say start a new project. So that's what we're going to do. And I've already told you how to title this project, right? And if we go back to our task-specific rubric, it says right there, the name of the trailer, a scholar project by insert your name here. So, to be true to it, we have Star Wars, a scholar trailer by Han Solo. Let's see, is that everything? I believe it is, but just verify. Task specific rubric. That's all perfect. All right. And then leave these as default. You shouldn't have to change anything. And then, oh, there we go. We click OK. And it will open up our Adobe Premiere Pro interface. Give it just a second here. We're going to quit some of these things so we can have a little more RAM. All right, there we go. So we're now in Adobe Premiere Pro. Step one is to import your project, so your trailer. And so mine is on downloads. There it is, import. Okay, so I'm just going to mess with my workspace a little bit here, get it to a suitable way that I like it. It's a little too wide for me at the moment. All right, feel free to do the same. Customize it to whatever works best for you. I'm going to be working in the editing option up here. And there's my clip. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to drop that in. All right, now we have created a sequence. And you can see here, you know, if I push the space bar down, it will actually play the clip there for me. There it is. But the first thing I would do, guys, is I would go through and I'd listen. You could even turn it off. Like you have this toggle track option. You can turn it off, and I would just listen to your track. Because like we talked about is the fidelity of things. You want things to sound like they do in real life. So sometimes things don't match up all the time. So sometimes it's better just to listen to things. So you should listen to your trailer. Feel free to use earbuds or headphones if you have them to listen to this. And I would just listen to it, and I would just write all the sound effects. And you probably want to do this a few times. Just listen. Okay, so as we're listening to this, we hear, you know, we have the music. Then we hear it sounds like an explosion. Then we have laser blasts. Explosion, more laser blasts, so they're different. So you're gonna go through, oh, there we go, some Darth Vader breathing. So I'm excited to see how you recreate something like that. So like the Darth Vader breathing, none of you have Star Wars, so you don't have to do that. But that's probably one you're not gonna find in a sound effects library. You're gonna have to recreate. They recreated that one by using a scuba mask. So you may have to get creative with some of these things. So this should be a lot of fun. But the first step one is make a list of all the sound effects that you're gonna need. Then from there, I would pop over to your sound effects library here, and I would try to find all the ones that you need, okay? Now, let's talk about soundtracks. You can use a soundtrack, so you can replace it if you can find it. So the Star Wars soundtracks are actually pretty easily found. You could actually get it from YouTube if you wanted to, and you would just put that in there appropriately and splice it to where it fits best. Yeah, so after you listen to the sound, the next step is to remove the sound. And the way that you remove the sound is right now you would just click on this, and it would see how it's highlighted, and then you could hit delete. And now the sound is gone, and I can turn this back on, and I am left with just the voiceover part. So when we actually proof these in class, we're going to play the original trailer to compare up against what you have created. So, or maybe we'll Command Z it here. We're going to put back the soundtrack. You can also just mute the track. So that way you have it as a reference point. So just a couple quick things. You probably learned this in your tutorials, but by moving this, you can make the track bigger or smaller. So you can get into really that detail work. Each one of these up here is a frame of like a picture almost. And then let's go over on how to do a voiceover. Okay, so if we double click on any of these audio tracks, so we have video tracks up here, we have audio tracks down here, and we'll be working within these audio tracks. So if we double click here, it gives you some options. So audio 2, right? And you can actually go in here and customize this a little bit. You can, let's see, customize right there. And you can add things. So if you don't see this voiceover option on your screen, you can actually go in and add that. So just like I did here, and then it's actually going to be, I believe, down here. You just pull it up to this top row, and then you click OK. So this one already has it in there, but just in case it's not, I just wanted to show you really quick on how to do that. Also, if there are hundreds of tutorials out there, feel free to look it up online. If you can't find it, you guys are more than capable of handling that. So to do a voiceover, you would click on this. I'm not going to actually do it because it creates some feedback when you're recording like this, but you would click on this. It's going to count down, and then you would create your, you can actually watch the video. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, blah, 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 right? Because it's muted, it's all good. So, explosion, pew, 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 ah! Wilhelm scream, right. Okay, and then when you're done, you just hit that, and then you have this sound effect. So let's see how it sounds. Right. So there it is. So that's how you do it. You can trim it, you can delete it, whatever you want to do. So I'm just going to delete that. To reduce that, again, you just double click, and it should make it smaller. Let's see here. There we go. All right, so that's how you would do that, and you can infinitely add audio tracks. So we can go through and just keep adding more and more tracks for whatever you need for your project. So let's see, adding an audio track. Let's see here, edit, select all. Okay, if you really want to get technical, you can actually edit in Adobe Audition, which is a little more technical. So, but if you're a little more comfortable with editing software and editing programs, you can feel free to actually work in between these two programs. Like I said, there's lots of tutorials on how to do that. But remember, you need to manage your time a little bit. So if we go to Sequence here, when we scroll down, we have Add Tracks. And every time we add a track, let's see here, we want, so video tracks 1, audio tracks. Let's see here, we want to add audio tracks, so we'll just say 10 because you're going to want to have quite a few audio tracks in there. Click OK, and then as we scroll down here, we have a whole lot more audio tracks to work with. Now, you don't have to have the sound effect on one audio track. You can have it here and then have a space and have it another one here and another one here and another one here and another one here. But sometimes it's better just to isolate things. So I would definitely recommend that you have your soundtrack on one and your voiceovers independent of each other. That way it's a lot easier to kind of understand what's going on within those things. For the audio tracks, for the actual voiceover part of things, you might want to go in and actually script out your trailer. Some of these have the deep-throated narrator voice in there, so you can have a little fun with that. Yeah, and that's pretty much it, guys. Have fun with this. This is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be challenging. You should feel a little lost at times, but you do have some good resources in class in regards to scholars who've done this project before. So Santana, Pete, Tag, I'm looking at you guys to help out your classmates and help where you can, because you have a little more practice with this software than most do. All right, scholars, like I said, you have the rest of the week to work on this project. And so I'll have a little message for you each day, just reminding you of a few things. But essentially, you're going to come to class, you are going to go to your computer, and you're going to get to work. So have fun, kick some butt, have a great week, and I will catch up with you guys soon. Have a great day.